So let's try this again. So before I make this video, I wanted to do my hair and thing, but I was like, let me come and make this video while my thoughts just fresh now. And well, the only thing I do is put on some earrings made by my beautiful friend. Anywho, so I want to talk about value, right? And us seeing ourselves as value instead of what we have to do to show value or what we have to create to show value, right? And I feel like I had to learn this in a very challenging way, right? Because I am the type of person, I am determined to like know or prove to myself that I could figure it out on my own. That if you like I don't know how to explain it really, but many of my experiences in life, right? It led me to figuring it out on my own. So I feel like I am accustomed to that, and it's a natural thing for me to end up by myself and having to figure it out. And looking back, I have always figured it out, right? Even if there are instances where it might be a long period of time I do have to figure it out by myself, it's like somehow I always end up back to having to figure it out by myself. But I am okay with it. I feel like I was built that way, right? So it's not a problem for me at all. But what I realized is that a lot of these experiences, right? It's because I really didn't know myself to be the value. Like I feel like my value comes from who I am, like well what I do for others, how much well this is not a bad thing, but like how much like joy I could bring to others, right? But in the sense of me having to do something or like buy something for them or help them in some way, right? But not looking at it as me being the person doing it. I more looked at it externally, if you understand what I'm saying. I looked at me having to do that in order to bring value to somebody else, right? Not knowing that I am the value because the person who I am is who wants to do that, right? Who I am built to be at this point in my life today is built that way to want to do those things for others. But it's me. I created that value within myself, but I didn't see it like that. I saw it externally. So now that I could see life, I don't know if you like me, but I really look at life energetically. It's spiritually, energetically, physically, right? And the divine source, the creator of us all, we were created from that source, right? So we are expressions of that source, right? And we know for sure that that source is valuable. We wouldn't exist without it. So it's very valuable. And we are expressions of that. So we are also the value. And if you want to look at yourself valuable, like how I kind of was able to see myself in instances, look back at how your life played out, right? And think about how you saw yourself in those instances, if you could do it, right? Think about how you saw yourself in those instances by the decisions you made, not by what somebody else make you decide, right? If you can look at yourself truly, like what in me made me make this decision, and then the result of the decision leads to where you are at, and then there are things that you probably want to experience differently. So now you have to look at yourself as, what do I think about this situation, right? Because the way I see it now is how I am experiencing it now, right? So again, if we are the value, we are the ones who decide right? We are the expressions of the Creator, of God, of the source. Think about it, right? So, moving forward, like I just kind of, I don't want to go into everything because I feel like my mind just real thought after thoughts flowing. But the point is, you are the value, not what you do, not what you create, but you are. And your life story is the value, because everything you've been through, everything that you work through, everything that you conquer is because you understood it, and you understood how to conquer it, right? And that brought value in it, and that's something that you could also teach others. Somebody maybe going through today could avoid having to go through as much as you did. That's just a little pointer, but the point is, anyway, that you are the value. You are the value, and your life story is very important, and it is a main part to play in the character you are today, right? Which is an expression of the Creator. You are the value. So if you have something to offer to others, offer it knowing that I am the value. This is an expression of God. I am the expression of God, and I am the value. I had to see that for myself by going through a lot of things that I did not feel valued within myself. And if you're like me and believe energetically, I believe that because of who I am, I experienced those things. So if I want to experience something different, I have to become somebody different. But I will only become somebody different throughout my story, and how I understand these things, and how I see myself, and the decisions I make in every instance. It might sound like a lot, but like when you get accustomed to it, it's like it's naturally flow. Your mind, like you could be doing so much things in your mind at the same time. Like for me, if I pay attention in the moment, and I in some kind of like interaction, I could pay attention to the person, what the person say, to the facial expression, like the expression behind what they say, how I reacted to it, how what I thought about what they say, what I and what was my response state. I could pay attention to all those things. I don't know if that has happened to anybody else, but yeah, if you're able to do that, you could kind of go back and see many things that you experience in life. You could go back and see, wait, look how I felt then, and that's what make me make this decision. So if you feel like you're going through something like that again, there's another thought too. If you feel like you're going through a similar thing, and you're able to like practice yourself to be aware of yourself. You can be aware of the outside too, but be aware of yourself, of how that make me feel, and how that make me react, what that make me decide. You know, if you can pay attention to all those things, that would be a plus. Like that would be a plus for you, because it allows you to really take accountability for yourself and change your life exactly the way you want it to be. Like this video went way further than I thought it would have, because I really had just one point in my mind that I wanted to talk about, you being the value, and I feel like I gave real value because my mind was just flowing. But I feel like other people need to know this too, because another part of my character is that if I see something working for me, I enjoying it, I want to share that too with you. Yeah, but the only way for you to know is you have to experience it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself. You have to know for yourself. You can't just take my word for it. Put your awareness on yourself and change your perspectives on things that you want to see differently in your life. You are in control. You are the value. You are God's expression.